Hey y'all, if you don't already know, I'm in the process of packing up my entire life after living in Japan for 3 years. In my last days, I'm preparing to move and enjoying some of my favorite aspects of my town. We're literally packing and shipping away our entire life, so we had to buy a lot of boxes. After that, we decided to stop by the Michinoeki to get some of our favorite soft serve. I got a mocha this time, my part and my partner got haskap, which was good, but not a good combination with the mocha. I wasn't feeling great today, but my main goal was to finish packing up all of our clothes. And I did actually manage to pack up all of our clothes before going to bed for the rest of the day. The next day, I started out feeling a lot better in the morning, so we decided to go to one of our favorite restaurants in town, which is run by some friends of ours and parents of former students of mine. They're very kind, hardworking people. I really admire them. They also have the most stunning property to have a restaurant on. While we were waiting for our food, we decided to go check out the view. They also have a goat, which I was looking for but didn't find him. And I was a little worried that he was actually just gone because he is quite old. This is just so stunning and peaceful. I could sit here all day. On our way back to our seats, I did spot little Yagi san. There he is. Oh, he's so cute. I actually thought he was walking towards me and I got really excited, but then he just kind of cold shouldered passed me by. But that's fine. Looks like he actually hurt himself a little bit, poor guy. But he seemed to be enjoying his little carrot snack, so I guess he's alright. My partner got soup curry and I got keema curry with some cheese naan and a naan sando. This one is my favorite on the menu. It's like keema curry with cabbage salad and like real mustard on the inside. It's so good. The portions are quite small, so I probably could have eaten maybe one or two more. And with my set meal, I got the best vanilla bean ice cream I've ever had. Look at that pool, so good. After our meal, we went to pay and we chatted with the owners a bit, saying our sad farewells and thank yous. Next, we went to the convenience store to print off our shipping labels, and while my partner was working on that, I paid our last internet bill, which was very satisfying. I also looked for these chocolate covered banana bites, which are one of my favorite snacks, but it looks like they've stopped carrying it, which is a bummer because it was really good and somewhat healthy. After putting off our label, we went to the post office to ship our first box. We're only doing one for now because I haven't finished packing the other ones and we just want to see how the entire process is going to work before showing up with 8 boxes. My main cleaning task for today is cleaning the shower room. I typically spray it down with bleach and a cleaning solution, let it sit for a few minutes, and just scrub the hell out of it. I usually deep clean my shower about once a month, but considering how small it is and how little airflow it gets, I should probably be doing it more often. But I'm way too lazy for that. And I'm also chronically ill and don't have the energy. So it is what it is, it gets cleaned when it gets cleaned. After scrubbing the life out of it, I spray everything with steaming hot water and wipe it down. Then I plug my dehumidifier into this very sketchy outlet and basically just let it run until it fills with water and turns itself off. My next task is the laundry room. I'm not proud to admit that I haven't cleaned this room more than once or twice in the 3 years that I've been living here. But hey, it's getting clean now. I've already gone through and cleaned out everything that I don't need or want to keep for the next month. A lot of things have fallen down behind the washing machine, so I'm picking those up and throwing them away. The floor is very dusty, so it's kind of gross. Should I be wearing gloves for this? Probably yes. Next, I took out the trash. You can tell non-burnable trash pickup day is coming because of all the blue bags. I don't generally pay attention to the schedule. This bag has been sitting here for months. It was rejected because there's carpet in it, and apparently that's not an acceptable burnable trash. So now the owner of that trash and the trash company are playing this stubborn game of chicken because neither one of them wants to just take care of it. After starting my fifth load of laundry this week, I started in on my next big task for the day, packing up all of our accessories. We have a lot. And I'm just putting them in this box because it's the only one I have currently that's big enough. And most of these things aren't fragile, so I'm not really all that concerned about it. I am putting smaller things in these little cloth baggies so they don't get lost or tangled up in the bottom of the box. I worked on this for a while until it was time to go meet up with our friends for onsen. I'm really gonna miss onsening in Japan. It's one of my favorite ways to relax and just kind of take care of myself, I guess. I love a good hot bath that I don't have to draw and then clean myself when I'm done with it. You know what I mean? I just feel so squeaky clean and shiny and refreshed. And then I don't have to clean the tub when I'm done. Like I said, I'm lazy. Anyway, after the guys finished their bath, we sat around chatting for a bit. I always drink a cold milk after a bath. It's so suzushi refreshing. After saying goodbye to the guys, we decided to stop by 7-Eleven because I was craving kimchi. We didn't have any in the house. We also grabbed some snacks and lunch for tomorrow, so we don't have to worry about what to eat while we're packing. We also got a ramen each for tomorrow after we finish packing and shipping all our boxes. When we got home, I finished packing up all of our accessories while my partner made dinner. I put the smaller bags all together in a Ziploc bag so it wouldn't get mixed up or messed up in the bottom of the box. At my request, my partner made pork katsu. I've been craving it for a while, so I asked him to make it for me. It turned out pretty well considering it was his first time making it. And of course, I got my kimchi, so I was happy. Day 3, it's shipping day. Let's go. I'm so excited to get these boxes out of my house. We had to itemize each box, which didn't actually take as long as I thought it would, probably because my partner did it and he's a lot more efficient than I am. I have a lot of bags and purses, so at this point, I'm just kind of tucking them in wherever they'll fit. I put the accessories inside this box and a couple other bags. I tried to put this one in there, but it just wouldn't fit without me absolutely crushing it, so it's gonna have to go somewhere else. And then I moved all the boxes closer to the door, as close to the door as I could get them without picking them up, because I certainly can't pick most of them up. They're really heavy, y'all. Also, we taped the hell out of them because we're shipping everything via surface mail, and since they're gonna be on the ship, we figured they're gonna get tossed around a bit. After packing most of the boxes, we stopped for a lunch break. I'm eating one of the Konbini Korean lunch boxes we bought the other day. This one is duck and vegetables and rice. It was actually pretty good considering it came from the convenience store. I found Konbini food to be pretty hit or miss. Sometimes it's really good and sometimes it's absolutely abysmal. So yeah, this one was actually pretty good. I do wish that it came with more vegetables. It was like three tiny, tiny pieces of bok choy and some carrots. Really skimpy on the vegetables. I played games while I ate my lunch. I'm currently playing God of War Ragnarok. It's so much fun. After lunch, we made a quick stop at the bank to pull out money for shipping the boxes and back to the convenience store to print more shipping papers. We've been to the convenience store so many times this week. I would be surprised if they didn't start expecting us to come every day. Another little thing I'm gonna miss are the smoothies at the convenience store because I love smoothies, but I'm too lazy to make them myself. Today we took 6 boxes to the post office to ship, and naturally it took some time. I imagine they don't get very many customers shipping so many boxes at once, because the staff seemed very excited and amused as they tried to figure everything out for us. I'm relieved that everything worked out and the whole process was pretty straightforward. When we got home, we celebrated our success with a ramen. To be honest, I'm not super into the flavor of ramen, but I do think it's really fun to bust them open and drink them. A cold carbonated beverage is always refreshing on a hot day like this. I lazed about a bit until I realized the grocery store was about to close in an hour. So I walked over to the store to get some groceries for dinner because we didn't really have any food in the fridge. My partner said he felt like eating somen, which, if you don't know, is like a sort of cold noodle dish. I got some fresh ramen noodles, although I'm not sure if I got the right ones, and veggies and protein to go with. And then I always like to stop by the dessert section, of course, to see if they got anything new or interesting. This is a new Haagen Dazs flavor, so I decided to try it, and then I also got my partner some green tea ice cream. If you didn't know, in Japan you always bag your own groceries. Maybe it's different in big cities like Tokyo, but this is how it's always been for me, anywhere I've gone grocery shopping in Japan. The spiders are out building their webs everywhere, so you gotta be careful where you're walking around in this, especially in the countryside. If you don't catch it in the sunlight, it's really easy to walk into a giant spider web, which, based on my experience, is really not that fun. Before dinner, we decided to go for a walk and enjoy the fresh air and sunset. I love walking and biking around our small country town. It's so quiet and peaceful, and I just feel really safe getting around. aside from the seasonal bear warnings, telling you not to go out early in the morning or late at night. So my partner said he messed up the somen. Apparently, he didn't dunk the hot noodles into cold enough water, so they got all sticky and gooey. It was that, but I think it still tasted pretty alright, and I didn't have to make it myself, so I won't complain. Anything that I don't have to make myself always tastes good. Next, I tried this new Haagen-Dazs flavor. I liked it a lot more than I expected I would, even though my initial impression was rather uninspiring. The cocoa bits were very Oreo-like. The strawberry flavor was very strong, and there was like a strawberry jelly at the bottom. Overall, the variety of flavors, consistency, and texture, it was quite nice. Today we're shipping our last box. Yay! I finally finished packing up all of our stuff. I'm very excited to get rid of this last box. Before that, we decided to stop for lunch at our favorite local restaurant, which is run by a friend of ours. It's a Japanese Nepalese fusion restaurant, and it is so good, y'all. This is probably my favorite food in all of Japan. When I told my friend that, she cried a little bit. She's so sweet. I'm gonna miss her and her cooking. I usually get a lassi with my meal, but this time I got a strawberry milk. And this tastes just like the strawberry Nesquik you get in America. A little too sweet for me, but pretty good and very nostalgic. After lunch, the post office was still closed for lunch, so we decided to go back home for now. And I started feeling a bit ill, so I decided to lie down and take a nap, which turned into a sleep for pretty much the rest of the day. While I was sleeping, my partner took the box to the post office for us, and that was pretty much it for the day. It's the next day, and I'm still not feeling great, but we're headed to Morty to meet up with some friends for Chinese food for lunch. I'm hoping that this scenic drive and pleasant company will at least improve my spirits. I love driving through the countryside of Hokkaido, and I'm really gonna miss these peaceful, picturesque views. California has mountains too, and of course it's stunning, but the feeling you get here is just different. I'll admit I'm not super fond of restaurant Chinese food, so I was a little apprehensive, but we ended up ordering a ton of food and it was actually really good. I was pleasantly surprised. But the dessert was a bit mid, if I'm being honest. It was like a firm, slightly sweet jello, pretty typical Chinese dish. And I got excited thinking this yellow stuff was mango, but it was just more of the firm jelly. It's not for me, but it was nice to have something sweet after all that salty food. After lunch, we stopped at a bakery nearby. I absolutely love bread, and I can't resist checking out a new bakery. We got some of their milk coffee and a few pieces of bread. One or two, just a few, really. I tried the coffee first. It was pretty good. I liked it. I do think the coffee flavor could have been a little stronger to cut through the sweetness. Next, I tried this swirl croissant type chocolate roll. I'm not sure what it's called. The bread itself was okay, just like your regular plain milk bread. And the chocolate filling was good, but not nearly enough. I used to work in a donut shop and I felt like they were quite stingy on the chocolate filling. On the way home, we decided to drive around a bit. I'm not sure if we're curious or just nosy, but my partner and I love to drive on the small side roads of the mountains. You never know what interesting things you might find, like this collapsed, dilapidated, abandoned house. There's a surprising amount of these in Japan. Businesses and houses scattered all over the country just left to rot after people abandon them. We also jumped over this ditch. Well, my partner jumped. I fell in and got my socks wet. That was a great moment, but it was cool to check out the Shinkansen construction progress. We also noticed a shrine in the distance that we'd never seen before, so we decided to drive over and check that out too. Unlike temples, a lot of shrines tend to look the same or similar, especially on the inside. It's like they were all designed by the same guy. But it was nice to see that this one seemed to be well taken care of and frequented. I've seen some shrines that looked really sad and run down, like nobody even came to cut the grass. After that, we finally decided to head home. I have dinner plans with some coworkers and friends later, and since I still wasn't feeling great and I was actually feeling pretty exhausted at this point, I decided to take a little nap. I ended up not being able to fall asleep, so I just laid there for a while trying to relax. After not really relaxing for a while, I decided to get up and get ready to go out. I took out my messy braids and tried to tame the monstrosity that is my hair. And honestly, it's probably fine. I don't think anybody else cares as much as I do about how messy and unkempt my hair is. The restaurant is pretty close by, so I decided to walk, and I'm so irritated by my hair. I'm glad that I'm getting it done tomorrow. I'm in desperate need for a cut and root touch up. I love walking by people's little farms and seeing what they're growing. I see orchids in the back, which is really cool, and some eggplant, kabocha, maybe tomatoes over there. It's hard to tell from where I am. Corn, of course, and some vining plant, maybe grapes. I got to the restaurant a little early, so I'm loitering outside this person's house admiring their garden. One thing I'm really looking forward to in going back to California is cultivating a garden. I grew a variety of vegetables while living here in Japan, but I really, really want to have a full lush garden like this person does. I think it's so cool and so beautiful. I'd love to have a variety of flowers and vegetables. This is the restaurant, and actually, the first time I came here, I was a little nervous to go in because I was afraid that I would be walking into someone's house. And technically, I was because a lot of Japanese people live above their business. Whether it's a restaurant or some other kind of shop, it's pretty common in Japan, and I imagine they do it because it saves them a lot of money. This is the spread. It looks so good. Everything looks great. I feel a little bad that I'm a little too anxious to eat much. I ended up not eating too much during the dinner. Turned out to be a hormone nabe, which is not my favorite, but I still ate most of what I was given to be polite. After dinner and my nerves settled, I actually got really hungry. So my partner and I went to the convenience store to get a late dinner and some snacks. I also tried to win one of these figures in a raffle, but it just wasn't in the cards for me today. I got a sort of carbonara and some sausage. And usually the pastas aren't too bad, the ones you get at the convenience store, but as you can see, this one is a bit strange. My face says it all. It's oddly sweet. The mushrooms are really watery, probably from being frozen. The sausage was decent. Like I said before, combini food is pretty hit or miss, and this one was a big miss. My partner's bolognese was a lot better. Why do Japanese people put sugar in their pasta? I'll never understand it. These are the little prizes I won. This one's like a little keychain card, and this is a mini figure I can get one of these for. I'm hoping for the Nine Tails or the spider bomb that Deidara makes. For this one, I didn't really care too much as long as it wasn't Sakura. She's one of my least favorite Naruto characters, and I ended up getting Kakashi and Naruto, so I'll take that as a win. For this one, I'm glad that I got one of the ones that I wanted. It's the spider bomb that Deidara makes from his hand clay. It's pretty cute, so I'm happy with that. It's probably a good thing that I didn't win one of those bigger figures because that would just be one more thing for me to ship back. But Naruto is just too classic and nostalgic for me to pass up. Today we're headed into Hakodate to get yakiniku with some friends. I feel like absolute garbage today, but I don't want to miss out on hanging out with my friends. I'm trying to spend as much time with them as possible before we leave. My favorite way to eat yakiniku is as a wrap with lettuce and kimchi. After dinner, we stopped by Second Street to drop off our donations. It's crazy to think about all the things we decided to get rid of and how we still had 7 boxes of things to ship. We both get very attached to things and see great meaning in meaningless objects. That's at least a partial definition of a hoarder. Today I'm going to the salon to get my hair done, roots touched up, and a little trim, and perhaps a haircut styling, I guess. It's been almost 3 months since I had my roots straightened, and I've been trying to push it off for as long as possible, but it's just gotten to a point where it's really hard to comb through. You wouldn't know it looking at me, but I have 3C4A type hair, and I started straightening my hair when I came to Japan to try to make my hair at least somewhat manageable. Between working and being chronically ill, I find it really difficult to maintain my curls in a healthy, sustainable way. I got absolutely flamed on Instagram for straightening my hair to make my life easier, but it's a choice I made for myself, so I won't feel bad about it. Anyway, I really like this salon. The woman I go to takes really good care of my hair. She used to live in New York, so she knows black hair. She knows how to take care of my roots, be gentle, to minimize damage as much as possible. And I told her I wanted a cut, but damn, she cut off so much hair. And even though it's what I asked for, it still hit me really hard because I've been growing my hair out for years. And my hair grows very slowly, or it looks like it does because it's quite curly. So I feel like all my hard work just got chopped off. But it is what I needed to have healthy hair, so it is what it is. Afterwards, on my way home, I grabbed some easy lunch for my partner and I. He's busy working, neither of us feel like cooking.
Okay, so finished. This is the finished look. I don't know how I feel about it. It is a little different from what I usually get. It's sort of a mix between a wolf cut and a jellyfish cut because I wanted to have like these long pieces here to play with, and then like still be able to like wear my hair up, like kind of like chotokanji, you know, kind of I've always wanted to try like hairstyles kind of like Mamo from Apothecary Diaries. I think her hair is so cute, and so I've been wanting to play with different styles like that, like sort of long and short kind of contrast. Do feel like she thinned it out a lot, like more than I would have liked, because like this, I usually have like 2 to 3 times as much hair, and I feel bald now, to be honest. And honestly, I think she does this every time, not to this extent, but I always forget to tell her like go easy with the tooth scissors until it's too late, and I start paying attention. I'm like, but it's fine. It'll grow out, and it'll be nice for the summer. I'll be able to wear my hair down without feeling like I'm suffocating in my own head. So I guess it's fine. And like I said, it always looks better in a day or two. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. Anyway, I just went to Konbini to grab some quick lunch for me and my partner, and now I'm gonna stop by the grocery store to get some protein for dinner. And veggies, because I think our fridge is basically empty. It's like it just got like beverages in it. We've been trying to eat light so that like we've been trying to cook light recently so that we don't have a ton of leftovers by the end of this week. Although I guess if we have any food, we could just carry it over to the next place. But it's just like one less thing that we have to move over and worry about, basically. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna get going.
Okay, I'm loading up on veggies today. We're doing fried rice for dinner, and I like to have a lot of ingredients in my fried rice. We generally eat pretty healthy, but this week it's been a little difficult because we've been so busy and stressed. And I pretty much just decided that I was gonna eat whatever I wanted in moderation, of course, but I wasn't gonna stress too much about it because there's just one more thing that I have to worry about. So this week I'm just gonna eat what I want, basically. Whatever my body says it needs, it's getting. I think it's the healthier approach for times like this. After lunch, I got started right away with my tasks for the day. Today, I'm trying to wash all of the things that I'm not taking with me to our place in the city. This is my other big task, cleaning this room. Honestly, it looks worse than it is. A lot of these things I ended up just throwing in the closet because I'm gonna pack them up in a suitcase in a couple days. So I'm not really worried about being organized about putting my clothes away. While I was cleaning and moving things away, I noticed something, a bag. And now I have all this medication that I have no use for. I think this is one of the struggles that a lot of people don't talk about when trying to figure out your chronic illness. After dumping most of those out, I came back in, started cleaning off my night table. I want to take this moment to ask you to be open minded and not judge people for their messy spaces, because even if you see someone online, they're sharing their life with you online, you don't know what they're going through, you don't know what they're struggling with that's keeping them from taking care of themselves or the space that they live in, doing regular daily things that might come easily or naturally. Some days it's hard enough just getting out of bed and going to work, let alone washing your hair or sweeping or cooking a healthy dinner. I'm getting a little upset talking about this, and I didn't mean for this to turn into a whole emotional thing, but I just can't stand it when people rag on others and run their mouths about things that they can't relate to or just don't understand. Everyone has their own struggles, and I think we should all just be a little more supportive of each other. Life is hard. Anyway, in case you're wondering why I'm sweeping my rug instead of vacuuming it, it's because my vacuum is the worst. It's super weak, it doesn't pick up debris very well. It's a lot more effective to just sweep my rug vigorously and pick up the larger pieces. I'm a little embarrassed to admit that I don't think I've ever cleaned underneath my bed. And it looks crazy under there. It looks like somebody plucked a chicken under my bed. Hundreds of down feathers from my duvet and dust. Should I have been wearing a mask? Probably. And at this point I'm doubled over because a wave of pain has just hit me. Not the first one today, but definitely one of the worst ones. And I'm just going to try to grind a little harder and get this done as quickly as I can so I can go lay on the floor. Oh boy, those cramps got me in a sweat. Okay, I'm almost done, and now I just gotta put the rug back. It does need to go into the furniture, but I can't pick up the wardrobe by myself, so I'm just gonna do it later. And then put everything back. There, that looks so much better. It feels better too. This is our last day before moving day, and I've still got quite a bit of cleaning left to do, so I really gotta walk in today and get it done. Thankfully, we still have utilities on the house for a few more days. But our first Airbnb day starts tomorrow, so we want to try to get as much stuff transferred over to the house as possible tomorrow. And then we'll come back in the next couple days and continue cleaning the house so we can make sure it's nice and clean and ready for the next person. I typically sweep the house every other day, but because our house is quite old and it probably wasn't built by the most skilled craftsmen, the walls don't fit together perfectly. So there are like cracks in the walls, and on really windy days, dust and dirt just blows into the house. So I feel like no matter how much I sweep, it always looks like I never sweep. I accidentally scratched the floor a little bit moving the couch. Oops, but some of those marks were already there, I swear, and it's gonna get covered up by the rug, so I don't think it's really that important. Cleaning the house has been really sad and fun, but also cathartic for me. It's been hard for me to not beat myself up over how dirty some parts of the house are. But it's also really satisfying to get it super clean and like empty the whole place out. I think it'll help me to move on and get ready for this next chapter in my life that's coming up. I decided to try rotating the rug so that it's more parallel with the couch. I think it fits the space better and it makes the entire room feel bigger. Not that it really matters now, but I just wanted to try it. That looks pretty good. Now that I'm done sweeping this room, I'm going to turn on the air conditioner because it is so freaking hot in this house. Next, I'm going to turn my focus to the other half of the room, the kitchen, dining room-ish, I guess, area. I swear I could never keep this table clear for the life of me. It's kind of funny, I'd clear it off at the end of a long week, and within a few hours, there would just be more stuff on it that would just sort of materialize onto the table. After working this area for a bit longer, we headed to Konbini to buy more trash bags. And my partner also got the new flavor of Monster. It's like an apple flavor, I guess. I also ran into some students who gave me a picture card of some celebrity I've never heard of that they were printing out. It was pretty cute. They came up to me very excited. I think they just wanted to give me something. Later in the day, my partner has gone to basketball and I'm taking myself out to dinner because I don't feel like cooking. I don't want to eat leftover fried rice. Look at this evening primrose that's opened up. It's so beautiful. And these lilies are absolutely massive, the biggest I've ever seen. Anyway, I'm walking to a local Japanese restaurant where they have like curry and ramen. I want to get like a katsu curry. Okay, there's the restaurant. The lights look like they're turned off. It looks pretty closed. There are no cars in the lot, and there's a sign on the door. Upon closer look, yep, it's definitely closed. That's a bummer, but not much I can do about it, and it's pretty typical in the countryside for restaurants to just kind of close even during normal opening hours if they just don't feel like having business for the day. If you live in the countryside, you've probably been disappointed a time or two by this. Before heading home, I decided to grab some snacks because I want to have a little game night tonight. And I was gonna get something to drink, but I didn't really see anything I was interested in. I still have a couple drinks at home, so I should probably drink those. After getting my snacks, I decided to take the long way home so that I could enjoy the nature and enjoy the sunset, the peaceful vibes, the fresh air. There was a huge flood last year that came up right up to this walking path, and so now the whole riverbank is just full of this lush greenery. It's grown up so thick now you can hardly see the river when you used to be able to see it from even further into town. While I was sitting here watching the sunset, I was thinking about how much I'm gonna miss this place and the people. I've made so many wonderful friends and so many incredible memories. I'm really sad that I have to leave. But even though I don't feel like I'm ready to leave, I know that this is the right choice for what I need right now. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to support me, and follow along as I share our last days in Japan and prepare for our return journey to America.